Hey there YouTube, it's Yugioh here, and today I'm back with another deck profile, and today it's going to be about Satellarknights. I think Satellarknights are a really good pick right now, just because I think they have a very solid matchup versus all the other meta decks. They just run a lot of cards that stun pretty much every other deck out there right now. So I just want to show you guys what I'm currently running, and so let's go ahead and get on to the deck list. To start things off for the monsters, I'm running 3 Deneb, 3 Altair, 3 Unuk, or however you pronounce him, and 2 Vega. I think this is just the most consistent lineup for the Satellarknights. I think it just allows for the most consistency and explosiveness. And for my last 3 monsters, I'm running 1 Thunder King and 2 Honest. I really like these cards right now because I think Thunder King is just really good against, like Necros, Cliff Forts. I think it's just a really solid card. 1900 beater that you can just summon on your first turn is always good. And then Honest, you can protect your Thunder Kings with it, just make it harder for your opponent to get around Thunder King. And a lot of times, Satellarknights have problems getting over big beaters without going into their extra deck. So being able to just summon any of my monsters and then using Honest to get over something is really helpful. It's really good in the mirror match. Same thing with Thunder King. So I really like these 3 cards right now. And then going on to my spells, I'm running 3 Rota. Self-explanatory, searches everything in the deck. And I'm running 3 Mystical Space Typhoon. I really like 3 Typhoon right now just because I don't want to lose to any main deck floodgates. I've always just liked Typhoon and Satellarknights just because it makes me feel a lot safer going for my bigger plays. Being able to clear some of my opponent's back row and then go into Triverr and just start Triverr looping them is always really powerful. It's obviously really good in the mirror match just because it stops my opponents call the Honda plays. So I really like 3 Typhoon and Satellarknights. And then for the last 2 spells, I'm running 1 Soul Charge and 1 Raigeki. Raigeki, Mass Destruction is just obviously really good. Being able to clear my opponent's established boards and then go for my big plays. A lot of people are siding Majesty's Fiend, Vanity's Fiend, and just being able to Raigeki so I can get my plays off is huge. And then Soul Charge, I think Satellarknights run Soul Charge better than any deck. Just because, especially late game, you Soul Charge out a couple Satellarknights, if you already have some on board and you make 5 material 86, it's pretty much impossible for your opponent to win at that point. So these are just 2 really powerful cards. So that's it for the spell lineup. Going on to the traps, I'm running 3 Stellar Nova Alpha. I think this card is what's keeping Satellarknights relevant. Alpha is just such a huge, power card for them. It allows you to stun your opponent, cycle through your deck. This card is just absolutely broken. And I'm running 3 Call the Haunted. I'm not running any Oasis, just because I feel like having that many return effects, Soul Charge and 3 Call the Haunted just kind of clogs. I don't think you really need any more than that. I'd rather be running cards that progress my game state or stun my opponent. So I think 3 Call the Haunted is enough. And then I'm running 3 Mind Crush. I really like Mind Crush just because, it makes your Necros matchup better. It's pretty decent in the mirror match. I tend to side these out a lot game 2 against a lot of decks. I just think it's a really solid card, especially game 1. It's really good against Cliff Forts. So I just really like it. And it's not even that bad against Shaddolls. You go late game against a Shaddol player and they add back an El Shaddol fusion from their graveyard to their hand and you Mind Crush it out. If they don't have another one in their hand or a way to get it back, then you pretty much just win the game from there. And then I'm running 2 Fiendish Chains and 2 Breakthrough Skills. I really like the 2-2 lineup just because I think Breakthrough Skill is better in certain matchups just because it's a lot safer. You don't have to worry about it getting MST'd. It's a safe out to Trishula. If it's in the graveyard, I can Breakthrough Skill a Winda or a Construct. And then Fiendish Chain is also, I really like Fiendish Chain just because, you can bounce it back with Triverr, obviously, and it just helps you, protect your life points a little better. So I really like a 2-2 lineup. And then for my 1-0s, I'm running 1 Vanity's Emptiness, 1 Torrential Tribute, 1 Bottomless Chapel, 1 Compulse, and 1 Solemn Warning. I think these are all just kind of like staples in Satellarknights. You know, Vanity's Emptiness is just a must. Torrential Tribute, again, just mass destruction. Bottomless Chapel, really good against like Cliff Forts and the Mirror Match. And then Compulse is really good against the Mirror Match, and same with Solemn Warning. I just like all 5 of these cards. So that's it for the main deck. Going on to the extra deck, I'm running 2 Triverr. You obviously need to run at least 2 Triverr just so you can keep looping your opponent. It's pretty much the heart and soul behind the deck now. You know, you just want to get out Triverr and just start gaining a lot of advantage on your opponent. And then I'm running 1 Delteros. I still really like Delteros. I go into Delteros quite a bit just because, you know, the fact that your opponent can't respond to this or any of your other summons is just like really huge. And, you know, you can just like pop cards with it. You know, it's good against like Cliff Forts and stuff. So I really like Delteros. And then I'm running the 1 Ptolemaeus and 1 Diamond, just because this makes your matchups for Shaddolls and Brain Abyss a lot better. We all know what this does. These cards are pretty broken. And then getting on into my just kind of like generic rank 4s, I'm running 1 Castel, 1 Emeral, 1 Exciton, 1 101, 1 Dweller, 1 Cairn, 1 Cowboy, and 1 Rhapsody. I think these are all just really good utility cards. They're all solid rank 4s. I really like Cairn, especially in Satellarknights, just because you run a lot of traps, and in your side deck you run a lot of floodgates, which I'll be making a video later on side decks for the deck profiles I've already uploaded. And especially in Satellarknights side deck, you know, with all the floodgates you're running, you just like flip one of those with the Cairn on board, and you can just protect it from being like MST'd or Typhooned. So I think these are just all really solid rank 4s right now. And then for my last 2 Exceed monsters, I'm running 1 number 86 and 1 Excalibur. I'm running Excalibur just because it's a, you know, it's a towers out, and it's also a big body that you can like go for game with. And then 86, 86 is just a win condition in this deck. You know, late game, you just summon this out and you pretty much win. So that's it for the extra deck. Main deck is 40 cards. I really hope that you guys like this deck profile. I've been running Satellarknights for a really long time now. I really like the deck. It's consistent. It has a lot of explosive plays, but it can also just kind of sit back and control the game by stunning your opponent, especially after sideboard. I feel like it has a very decent matchup versus every single meta deck right now. So if you want to go ahead and try this deck out, feel free to play test it, and please leave some comments and tell me what you like about the deck, what you would like to change about the deck. And yeah, I'll be posting a video up soon about side decking, so please tune into that and give me some feedback on that. And I'll talk to you later, YouTube. Bye.